Okay, in this class we will study about uh, Microsoft Project or MS Project. Okay, what is project management? Project management is uh, personal and professional relationships under the umbrella of efficiency, cost and time. Okay, it means you have to be efficient, cost effective, your solution should be cost effective, and there is uh, minimum time. You should reduce the time because cost is related with the time. Okay, how to do that? You use some tool. So this Microsoft project increases the efficiency and reduces the cost and reduces the time. Okay, so time management, cost management and efficiency management. Okay, now we start doing let's take a project. Okay, we start with task. Okay, tasks means when a project starts, it is divided into some small portions. Each portion is called a task. Okay, now a project is divided into tasks are divided into subtasks, and subtasks are divided into activities. Okay, and activity list will be given to workers, and they perform the activities, they do the work, okay, on the project. So this is task. First is task. Go to file, this file, and this is new. Okay, so the first thing is how to define a task. Okay, we should save this file as, okay, we have created one file on desktop, and we should call it web project. Okay, website project. Now task name. First thing is, in a website we have different tasks. Okay, first is analysis, second is design, third is coding or development, then testing, then implementation, and after implementation is feedback or maintenance. Okay, now task is website. This is first task. Okay, and under this website we have analysis. Okay, analysis phase. So a project is divided into phases. Phase means one completion. Okay, a part is completed and you know that and you get the benefits. Okay, you get the benefits, you get the overall if overall project is, for example, 1 year, then you divide it into, for example, 3 portions, and every portion has 4 months. After first 4 months you complete a portion, so you get the benefits. You see that we are moving forward because this is important to divide the project into phases, because if you do not divide the project into phases, after 1 year you see that the project is incomplete or there may be some problems and you should abandon the project, you should close the project. Okay, that is all time consuming. After 4 months you after first 4 months you see that okay, we have completed this task and we should move on to next task. So that is why we divide the project into phases. Okay, so our second task is this analysis. Okay, we should analysis, and then we have design. After design we have coding. Okay, and after coding we have testing. Okay, these are the phases for a website development project. Now if I use I want to schedule it. Okay, how to schedule it? Just click here and select all. Okay, we should schedule it auto schedule. Okay, this is auto schedule. Select auto schedule here. Auto schedule. Auto schedule, right? Now by default it is saying that website will be completed in 1 day. Okay, by default. And if you go to new task manually schedule, and if you click here, you see auto schedule. Okay, auto schedule and manually schedule. Manually schedule, that you use you put dates yourself. Auto schedule means automatically dates are arranged. Now in the click on analysis and go to go here, ident task. So I ident this. This is the task. I ident this. Then I ident also this. Ident this. Okay. So it means these tasks are come under website project. Okay. And under the analysis we insert a row. Okay. Insert task. We should undo it. We should go here and insert a task. Right click and insert task. So the task is home page. Okay. Now the second task is insert task and services page. We are developing a website. This is home page, this is services page, and after that we have another task, that is contact page. Okay. Now click on home page and ident. Okay, this comes under analysis. Okay, now contact page come under analysis. In the design we have to select all these three and copy, and we should insert a task here and we should paste. Okay, so under the design we have now home page, So we should ident it. Home page. Now on the services page we ident it, and on the contact page this is the design phase. Okay, so we are planning to make a website. Now next is coding. Okay, in the coding we have three tasks. We paste. So coding for home page. Okay, this task should be back. This is back. Okay, ident. And coding, home, services, and contact page. Then testing. Okay, testing. And for the testing we should put paste these three pages, and we test these pages after coding. Okay, so we ident this and we ident this, right? So this is the area called task area, right? Now we have task defined, coding and testing. Let's see, these are the four different phases, four different phases. Okay, now go to home page, and for example we will complete it in 3 days. This will be completed in 4 days. This will be completed in 3 days. Okay, 2 days, right? So you see 4 days. Okay, 3 days, 4 days, 2 days, 1 day. So we will design, for example, design phase takes 2 days of home page. Okay, then services page takes 3 days, and contact page takes 4 days. Then in the coding we have 5 days, 6 days, and 4 days. And testing we have 2 days, and we have 1 day. Contact page 1 day. Okay, now you see that we have scheduled it. Now we start 5/12/20, 5/19/20. Now if we go Tuesday 12, it starts from 5/12/20, and we should go here, and 3 days means 12 to 14. 12, 13 and 14, 3 days. Then we have, this is started from 12. Okay, so it ends on Thursday 14. So design phase should start from 5:14, 5:15, 5:15, 5:50. Okay, and it is 2 days, so 5:15 and 2 days means 18. Okay, now in the services page, if you go here, analysis phase ends in 5:15. So we should start this from 5:16. 5:16. Okay, okay, now this is 5:80. It will start on 5:80. So it starts on Friday 5:15. It should be 5, 16, 17, 18, because these are 2 holidays. 16 and 17 are 2 holidays, so it should start from 18. Okay, and 18 and 3 days, 18, 19 and 20. Then contact page, if you see contact page in analysis, it ends in, analysis phase ends in 13. So we should use 14, 514, 514, from 514 to 590. Sorry, it is contact page here. Okay, this contact page. This is contact page 530. So it should be 540, 540, 514 to 519, 4 days. Then we go to coding. Okay, now home page coding. This ends, this analysis design phase ends on 518. So home page starts from 519, 590, 590. Okay, and if you go to design of services page, it ends in 520. So services page 521. Okay, 521. Then we should have, we have contact page, it ends in 519. So contact page is 520, 520. Okay. Now in the testing phase starts when 525, 526, 526. This is 5 and 26 is here. Okay. And services page ends in 528, 529, 529. Start date. And now if we have this contact page ends in here 525, so it's 526, 526. So this is, we have manually scheduled it regarding to dates. Okay. This is website project, analysis, design, coding and testing. Now predecessors. Okay, this is the finish date, this is predecessors. So we have, this starts from Tuesday 5/12/20, okay, and ends in 5/26/20. The largest date is 5/28/20, 5/28/20, 6/1/20, 6/1/20. So we have 6/1/20, 5/12/22, 6/1/20. Okay. So now we have, why we use predecessor? Predecessor means, successor means next task. Predecessor means previous task. Okay. So for the home page there is no predecessor. For the services page the predecessor is 3, this 3, right? Okay. Now we should add 3. Its previous task is 3. Its previous task is 4. Now if you go here and services pages, we should start from 5/12. Okay, 5/12. Because it has been started. Okay, so for the home page the predecessor is analysis phase, home page, this task 3. Okay, because we cannot start design unless we analyze it. So analysis complete this 3. This 3 is analysis phase, and design, its predecessor is 3, and for the services page the predecessor is 4. And for the contact page the predecessor is 5. Okay, so analysis ends, then design starts, right? Now if we go here, when design of home page ends, 7, its predecessor is 7, then we code the home page. When design of services page ends, then we code the services page, and it is 8. Okay, it is 8. When the contact page 9, this is 9, right? Now testing, we test the project after coding, so coding home page means 11, so it is 11. Now it is, for the services page it is 12, and for this is 30. Okay, so these are the predecessors. Home page analysis ends, then services page starts. Okay, and then 4, and okay, we have now scheduled it, and we know that what are the successors, and what are the predecessors. Predecessor means previous task, successor means next task. Okay, this will show a diagram, a chart here. Okay, this is the chart, and it shows that you see this starts this task. If I go here, and this shows there, and if this is the actual task, this one. Okay, it starts from Tuesday and ends here. Starts from Tuesday and ends in Thursday. Okay, Thursday. Then next task starts, this task. Okay, this task starts and it ends in Wednesday. Then next starts, and this shows that this chart shows that how the tasks are connected. This is the graph, right? Now if we go here, resource names. Next is resource names. Resource means what are the persons who will do this, what machines are used, what equipment will be used. Okay, who will develop these pages, who will test these pages, who will design these pages. So we will define the resources. Okay, now if you go to resource and go to this is resource sheet. Okay, resource sheet. Now resource name is, for example, a resource name is Ali, and work type is work material. So this is work, not cost. Resource is work. Okay, and everything. Okay, this is standard rate. You can set the standard rate here, per hour rate. Okay, of this person, to calculate the cost, the total cost, and here you enter the code. For example, from the department, which department Ali belongs. Okay, now we get barber. Okay, and this is work D, and we see this cost chef. Okay, and we have work, and this is these three resources. These are all work resources. If some computer is used, that is material. Okay, if some cost is involved, that type is cost. So this is work type. These three persons are work type. Okay, now save it and go to team planner and see Gantt chart. So you see, this is Gantt chart. This chart shows. Now if I go here and this task will be performed by, okay, let's see, this task will be performed by Ali, okay, and he will design the home page. Ali will design the home page, and Ali will also code the home page, okay, code the home page, and Ali will also test the home page, okay, right? Now for this services page, we have second person, Babar. Babar will design the services page, and Babar will design the services page, analyze the services page and design the services page, and code the services page. This is code. Babar will code the services page, okay, and also test the services page, okay. Now contact page is, if you go here and select Kashif, this is Kashif will analyze the contact page, he will design the contact page, and he will code the contact page, okay. So this is all hypothetical. Contact page, right? This is, now you see this, Ali, Babar, Kashif, and all three are working, and these are resources. Now we know that what are the predecessor, what are the successors, and we have resources defined. Who will do this task? Who will analyze the home page? Who will design the home page? Who will code the home page? Who will test the home page? Okay, so this is part of who, and we know that predecessors and successors. Now next task is, we should, if you go to, we should save this, and if you go to task, then you see this Gantt chart and network diagram. This is network diagram, right? You see this network diagram, it says that it starts from this date and finish on this date, 3 days, and resource will be utilized, this Ali will do this. After that, this is services page, and this is all network diagram. Network diagram shows the total duration, okay, total duration of the task. This is pictorially written, and you can adjust it according to your needs, okay. And if we go to resource usage, this is 8 hours and everything, resource is good. There is no red icon, it means everything is 8 hours, okay. And this is what it is automatically calculated. This is 24 hours, 16 hours, 40 hours, the 16 hours early, and this is all the resource sheet you can use. Now if you go here and see the task usage, you see this is task usage, 8 hours, 16 hours, and how to use this, how many hours work. This is 304 hours, 74 hours. So this is hours, this is duration, okay. And now if you go to resource graph, then you see this is the graph, okay, 100%, this is the graph. And what about the report? Okay, we should save this, right? Another important task is we should use this Gantt chart view. This is the view, okay. This is called view, Gantt chart view. This shows all the tasks, all the activities here, okay. Now if I go to project and we change the project date and time. Okay, so calculate project, change working time. Okay, this is change working time. You can change the working time. For example, if you, this is standard project calendar, okay, and you say that okay, this is standard project calendar, you can create your own new calendar here. Here Saturday and Sunday is off. You can make this as for example, this is holiday according to the country. For example, so there are holidays. You can set it to this is white says working, this non-working, this, and 31 this says editing work hours. You can make this calendar first. So the first task is, okay, we have not used it, but the first task is make the calendar first, set all the dates, and then add the tasks. First use this calendar, create new calendar here, copy of calendar, for example this, and then you go here and just use options, and here you see start default time, start time, end time, and there are other things, fixed units, okay, in hours, days, auto scheduled. This is all settings about the project. Now if you go to advanced, you see this is default standard rate for all, default overtime rate. Okay, so you can use this scheduling properties, auto schedule. These are scheduling properties. You can schedule this. Okay, so you can make, so first task is create the calendar, all the holidays, all the hours, all the working hours, non-working hours, exception days, default work weeks, okay, what are non-working days, what are working days, everything should be done here in calendar. After setting the calendar, you go to tasks and define the task, and then schedule. And we have status date. This is another thing, status date. So select date, this is select date, status date. Okay, so 5/12/20. And there is another thing, milestone. After this task, for example, we will have a first milestone. So we will go to task and we say that this is milestone. So this milestone is 0 day. Milestone means we have achieved, we have completed analysis phase. Okay, so this is milestone, and here after this, after the when coding ends, there is another milestone. So this is second milestone. You can say that this is analysis complete. Okay, analysis complete. Then this is design complete. Design complete. And we have coding complete and testing complete, right? Now we want to see information. So this is the information, that what are the predecessor we can use here with this sheet, that task name, we should select the task name, and for example this is home page. Okay, type is finish to start. So there are 3. Okay, let's do that. Okay, do that here. So there are scheduling information. Okay, so how to schedule? There are 4 types. Number 1, start to start. start to start. It means when previous process ends, then next previous process starts. This is start to start. When previous process starts, then next process ends, starts. Okay? When previous process starts, for example, we have home page. Home page starts on a date, okay, and we have design phase. We have services page that is start on the same date. So once process starts, another process starts. This is start to start. Number 2, start to finish. Start to finish. It is called SF. Start to finish. Okay. When previous process means predecessor. Okay. Previous process ends, starts. This is starts. When previous process starts, next process ends. Next process finishes, ends. Okay. Previous process means, for example, we have home page. Home page starts on a date and next process ends means there is an activity ends at that day. So that is finished. So one process starts on a date, another process finish. Next process will finish on that day. Okay. Third is finish to start. Finish to start. Finish to start is FS. FS means previous process starts, previous process finish, not start. Previous process finishes when next process starts. This is previous process finishes. It means its predecessor. So previous process will finish on a date, and on that date the next process will start. Now 4 is finish to finish. Finish to finish. Finish to finish is FF. Okay. So we have when previous process ends, next process ends. Process ends. So both the process ends on the same date. Previous process ends and next process ends. This is finish to finish. So we use start to finish. Start to finish mostly, right? And this is start to start. This is SS. Okay. So these are scheduling techniques. That start to finish, finish to finish, which process finishes and next process starts, which process finishes and next process finishes, which process starts and next process starts. Okay. So this is about finish to. So this home page, finish to start, lag. Lag means you say that lag means 3 days. For example, lag means the difference between the next. Difference between lag means the difference between the two tasks. The number of days, number of hours, number of minutes, number of days from previous task and next task. The difference between this. So if we have 3 days, and I press OK, there is a lag of 3 days in home page. Okay, let's see. This is home page. Okay, and if you click on it, duration 3 days. Duration, this is 3 days. And if we go here, if we go here and I go to project, and I go to task, Gantt chart, this is network diagram, and if you see, this is analysis phase, total 9 days, design phase 7 days, and we have, this is overall summary, this is right, this is testing phase, analysis, testing, design, analysis complete on this, ID6. So this was about the network diagram. And there is another thing that is called critical path. Okay, so critical path is, if you go here, and you see there is resource usage and team planner. We have here, there is an option of critical path. So critical path means, what is the critical path? Critical path means the longest duration. Okay, the path of longest duration is called critical path. Okay, so this is critical path. Then next is, I should go to WBS. Okay, let's see what is WBS. Actually we have to complete it in minimum time, right? So we go here and okay, we have view, we have task, and we should go for okay, this is milestone. So you see, this is milestone. Okay, this is milestone. Then the critical path, we have discussed critical path, we have discussed scheduling techniques. We have also discussed in the project, if we go to WBS and define code. Okay, now project code prefixes web design. Okay, sequences, for example, numbers, any, it says any, numbers 1, and separator is dash. Okay, and there is, this is the format of WBS. Okay, now uppercase letter, there is one uppercase letter, and separator is dash. Okay, separator is dash. Okay, and we can use this lowercase letter, there is no need of. We should have a number, and then a number is two numbers, right? 2. Okay, and uppercase letter, after that, after the number, we have WD, a number, 2-digit number, and uppercase letter 1. So we should use this. Okay, and for the WBS, if we go here and add WBS, okay, this is WBS. You see, A1, A2, A3, A4, WD01, everyone, this is 2-digit, this is capital letter, and 1, 2, 3, 4, right? See, this is WD01, this is W0A, this is B, this is C. So work breakdown structure is, we know that we can use it in reports, we can use it in documentation. So this is why we use, this is the structure, work breakdown structure, that we divide the work, we break down the work. Okay, so this is the format. This is easy to read, that this is web design project, this is 01, we can add department. Okay, which department is involved, whether it is graphics designing, whether it is testing department, it is design department, it is analysis department, it is some coding department or testing department. Okay, so we can use the departments, we can use capital letters, small letters and number. This is WBS, right? So we should use some, this is the project information overall, this is the start date, we can change it, start date. So we can use finish date, this, okay, use finish date, we can use finish date also. So current date, this is the current date, this is the status date. So this is all about the change working time we have discussed. And what else needed, so leveling options, we can level the resources. Okay, burden on the resources, 8 hours, 16 hours, whatever. Machines, for example, computers are used to design the pages, we can add the computers, remove the computers, working hours, etc. And then there is some, there are details. So these are the details of as soon as possible. This is WBS code. Okay, and now we have this resource discussed in reports. Okay, these are different reports. Okay, in progress, critical tasks. What are the critical tasks? This is the critical task summary, right? So critical tasks are, these are critical tasks, right? Home page, you see, future task on schedule, so percent completed. So this is critical task usage. Okay, so we should use chart. You see, this is the chart category 1, and we can use this chart also. Then there is a view. On the view, a resource sheet, we have used resource sheet. So if you see resource sheet, this is the resource sheet, right? This is the resource sheet we have discussed. Other views, resource graph. So this is 100% utilization, you know, this is all 100% utilization. This is good. Okay, not over allocated. Over allocated means this red. If you see this red, it means there is a problem. So everything is over allocated. LE. Then we have next. Okay, we have designed this, right? Okay. Now, if we, what else? If we go to project information, we can calculate the project. Okay. Set baseline, very important. Set baseline. Baseline means, you see, this is baseline and schedule on. Okay, interim plan, what is entire project or selected task, we can use that. Okay, now save it. And this was all about MS project. And if you see Gantt chart view, this is the Gantt chart, right? Okay, and view is reset to default. Yes. So this is about the task, and this was all about MS project. So you saw what we have discussed, how to use uh, tasks, how to use resources, how to use scheduling techniques, how to use work breakdown structure, and there is this one is required. This is finish to start. You double click it, this, okay. If you double click it, finish to start, this is 0 delay, okay. And you go here and you can see this is start to start, finish to start, start to finish. You can change this. And lag, is there any distance between lag between the two tasks, okay. So you can use that. For example, if I do this and I use 3 days, okay, then there is a lag 3 days, okay. Friday, Monday and Thursday, 3 days, and this process will start after 3 days. So this is lag between the two tasks, okay. There is a lead, that how early this process. For example, if I put minus here, if I put minus here, minus 3D, you see, so okay, and you see this is 3 days, so it will start from 3 days earlier, lead and lag, okay. So this is lead and lag. Lead means how early this process starts, lag means how far the next process is, okay. So it depends upon the scheduling technique. For this we can define another scheduling technique. For example, this is finish to finish, finish to finish. So when this process ends, the next process will end. Finish to finish, if you see and press OK, you see the graph. So this is finish to finish. This process finishes, then this process finishes. Finish to finish, finish to finish. Next process will finish, then previous process finish. This is finish to finish. If we change it to start, then this both process will start on the same day. You see this? Okay. So this process starts, this is start date, and next process starts. Right? So this is start to start. So this was about you now know about MS Project, how to use MS Project, right? This was an introduction, and you can work on it. There are a lot of details, but all the formulas of project management formulas to calculate the cost, to calculate the time, network diagrams, critical path, all tasks are built in. There is no need to do any manual thing. Everything is built in, and you see the pictorial representation and you manage the project. So this is a handy tool for project managers to use it, and you plan the project and assign the tasks to the resources. Okay, thank you very much. This was introduction. We will do some big project where there are some other things, for example, percent complete, for example, how costs are calculated, and other details in the next section. Okay, thank you very much.